Have you ever wondered why your flight from Australia to South America takes such an unusual route, curving far south instead of cutting straight across the Pacific? What if I told you there's an oceanic region so challenging that airlines spend millions extra just to avoid flying directly over it? Welcome to one of aviation's most intriguing mysteries, the deliberate avoidance of the South Pacific Ocean, our planet's largest and most formidable body of water. This isn't simply about choosing scenic routes or pilot preferences. Behind every curved flight path lies a complex web of safety regulations, emergency protocols, and mathematical calculations that prioritize passenger safety over convenience. Today, we'll uncover why this magnificent ocean remains aviation's greatest no-fly zone. Earth's liquid desert stretching across an almost incomprehensible 63.8 million square miles, the Pacific Ocean dwarfs every continent combined, making it larger than all of Earth's landmasses put together. To grasp this enormity, imagine fitting the entire United States into this watery expanse. You could do it nearly 8 times over. Yet despite occupying roughly 1/3 of our planet's surface, this liquid desert sees virtually no commercial aviation traffic crossing its heart. What makes this ocean particularly treacherous for aviation isn't just its size, but its isolation. Unlike the North Atlantic, which offers strategic stepping stones like Iceland, Greenland, and the Azores for emergency situations, the South Pacific provides no such safety net. Once aircraft venture into its central regions, they enter a realm where the nearest suitable airport could be thousands of miles away. The ETOPS safety net. Enter ETOPS Extended Range Twin-Engine Operational Performance Standards, Aviation's most critical safety regulation governing how far twin-engine aircraft can venture from emergency landing facilities. While pilots jokingly refer to ETOPS as engines turn or passengers swim, this regulation represents decades of safety evolution following tragic incidents involving engine failures over remote areas. Modern marvels like the Boeing 787 Dreamliner carry 330-minute ETOPS certification, while the Airbus A350 boasts the industry's highest rating at 370 minutes, theoretically allowing 6 hours of single-engine flight. However, even these impressive capabilities reach their mathematical limits when confronted with the South Pacific's endless blue void, where certain routes would push aircraft beyond safe operational boundaries. When disaster strikes mid-ocean, aviation history provides sobering reminders of why these precautions matter immensely. In August 2010, Qantas Flight 32 suffered a catastrophic engine explosion over Singapore, while Flight 74 experienced engine failure crossing the Pacific from San Francisco to Sydney. Despite having multiple functioning engines remaining, the captain chose to return to San Francisco rather than continue over the vast ocean, illustrating how proximity to emergency facilities trumps direct routing. Medical emergencies add another critical dimension to this challenge. When passengers suffer heart attacks or strokes over the North Atlantic, pilots can reach Iceland within 2 hours. Over the South Pacific's central regions, that same medical emergency could unfold with no suitable diversion airport for potentially 6 hours or more, transforming routine flights into life-or-death scenarios. The Great Circle Geography lesson. Geography provides a fascinating twist to this aviation puzzle through Great Circle navigation. The shortest distance between 2 points on our spherical planet, a flight from New York to Tokyo, appears to head dramatically northward over Alaska rather than straight west. Yet this seemingly indirect path actually covers less distance. This spherical mathematics offers some relief for South Pacific routes. The optimal Great Circle path from Sydney to Santiago naturally curves southward toward Antarctica, keeping aircraft closer to potential emergency landing sites in New Zealand, southern Chile, and Argentina. This geographical coincidence helps airlines maintain crucial safety margins while following mathematically efficient routes, though it still requires significant detours around the ocean's most isolated central regions. Weather's unpredictable fury. The South Pacific harbors some of Earth's most violent and unpredictable weather systems, with significantly fewer monitoring stations than populated regions, making accurate forecasting extraordinarily challenging. Jet streams in this region can exceed 250 miles per hour, creating turbulence capable of damaging aircraft structures and seriously injuring passengers. The cyclone season, spanning November through April, adds another layer of meteorological complexity that can ground flights for days. These weather uncertainties directly impact fuel requirements, forcing airlines to carry substantially more contingency reserves. A fully loaded Boeing 787 crossing the South Pacific might need an additional 12 to 20 tons of reserve fuel compared to routes with better diversion options, translating to approximately $25,000 in extra costs per flight, a significant expense. When airline profit margins typically hover between just 3 to 8%, economic realities of ocean crossings. The financial implications of South Pacific aviation extend far beyond fuel costs, encompassing insurance premiums, crew training, and specialized equipment requirements. Airlines operating routes skirting the Pacific's edges must invest in enhanced communication systems, extended-range life rafts, and additional survival equipment. expenses that ultimately affect ticket prices. Insurance companies charge premium rates for flights over remote oceanic regions, reflecting the increased risk exposure. Passenger capacity also suffers due to extra fuel requirements, reducing airline revenue potential per flight. When aircraft must sacrifice passenger seats or cargo space to accommodate additional fuel reserves, the economic equation becomes increasingly challenging. These combined factors explain why many potentially profitable direct routes across the South Pacific remain commercially unviable, despite obvious passenger demand. The future of Pacific aviation. As technology advances, will the South Pacific's aviation barriers eventually crumble? Modern aircraft demonstrate unprecedented reliability, with engine failure rates dropping to extremely low levels. The latest ETOPS regulations now allow twin-engine aircraft to operate over most of the world, with only small sections in the South Pacific, polar regions, and certain winter conditions in the North Polar area remaining off-limits. Satellite communication systems now provide real-time monitoring capabilities that were unimaginable just decades ago. However, fundamental challenges persist beyond technological solutions. Medical emergencies still demand rapid response regardless of aircraft reliability, and the vast distances between suitable airports remain unchanged by engineering advances. Environmental concerns about carbon emissions may actually discourage ultra-long routes requiring additional fuel reserves, potentially making South Pacific crossings less attractive rather than more appealing as climate consciousness grows globally. The South Pacific Ocean stands as aviation's greatest natural barrier, a 63.8 million square mile testament to the complex calculations behind every commercial flight. Next time you notice your flight path taking what seems like an unnecessary detour, remember that aviation isn't simply about connecting points on a map. It's about arriving safely while managing risks in one of our planet's most challenging environments. What are your thoughts on flying over such vast, isolated areas? Have you ever wondered about your flight path while crossing the Pacific? We'd love to hear about your experiences and perspectives in the comments below. If this exploration of aviation's hidden complexities fascinated you, don't forget to subscribe to the World Documentaries for more eye-opening investigations into the extraordinary stories behind our everyday world. Hit that like button and join our community of curious minds as we continue uncovering the remarkable engineering, science, and human ingenuity that shapes our modern lives.